I want to right every wrong.
Together as one, we can right every wrong.
I want to right every wrong.
Together as one,
We can right every wrong.
I want to right every wrong. And together as one, we all can right every wrong.
I want to right every wrong.
Together as one, we can right every wrong.
I want to right every wrong, and together as one, we can right every wrong.
I want to right every wrong.
And together as one, we can right every wrong.
I want to right every wrong. Together as one, we can right every wrong.
Hi, I'm Tavleen Mendirata and I'm a Rex Karmaveer Global Fellow.
I'm Dr. Meenu Chopra and I'm a Rex Fellow.
Hi, I'm Deepika Narayan Bhardwaj. I'm a Rex Fellow.
My name is Ishita Katyal. I am a Rex Fellow.
Apeejay, I'll have Apeejay first and then Amit. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Very briefly, I just want to bring upon two important things to your notice. One is about, I can't say misconception, about my experience in media, about how journalists can go about when there is an issue. There's a lot of talk about misreporting, not reporting, and wrong reporting, which is a fact. I too agree that. As per my experience, I worked with the Indian Express, the Economic Times, the CNBC TV 18, and now I'm in Hindu. So just one example in CNBC TV 18 about how I reported the microfinance case, the microfinance debacle. When something was going wrong, I felt it should be reported because there was one teenage girl committed suicide a day after her parents were asked by microfinance agents to send her for prostitution to repay the loan, microfinance loan. So the very next day she committed suicide, unable to bear the trauma. So when I brought this issue to my boss, then my boss was Shireen Bhan of CNBC TV 18. She readily took it up, and the story was not at all changed. It was reported as it is. And there was a lot of response to that, and government followed it up, corporates followed it up. It was so surprising to know that the then principal secretary gave me the list of interest rates that microfinance companies charge. Very surprising. They charge 60%. That's their declaration. 60% interest rate they were charging from these small entrepreneurs, not even entrepreneurs, some of them. So this kind of story was taken in a business channel called CNBC TV 18. It's just because you have an intent to report something that is right. You feel you have to report it. You can report it. I am the example. If you really want to do something, and as Emerson says, the universe conspires to make it happen. This is not one example. There are several other stories I did. I reported on Satyam scam. I reported on all the scams that emerged from Andhra Pradesh. Unfortunately, the coal scam, mining scam, illegal assets case of 1 lakh, amounting to 1 lakh crore, in which Jagan Mohan Reddy was involved, and several other things. And an onion farmer was killed for a sack of onions when the onion price has touched 100 rupees and up. So, yeah, this is one point. Let's leave it. We don't have time. The second thing is that this is the right platform that I should make a mention of it. I should bring it to your notice. Second thing is a disaster that is in the making in Andhra Pradesh. Probably we can't stop the disaster, but we can reduce the intensity. And the disaster is that all of you must be knowing, Andhra Pradesh was divided into Andhra and Telangana. And Andhra Pradesh, the 13 districts of Andhra, is building a capital with 4 lakh crore investment and 35,000 acres of farmers' land, farmed land, is already pooled. And Singapore is making a plan to build it, and Japan is aiding it. That's not the problem. And simultaneously, we have a huge project, Polavaram project, which is pending for last 70 years, has been approved by the central government, and it is coming up. Now, these two developments are going to displace lakhs of farmers and agricultural laborers, which is going to be a disaster. And these developments are happening, I think, last 1 year. These are evolving. And I already see in the base capital of Andhra Pradesh, Vijayawada, so many destitutes coming on streets, sleeping on streets. The number is growing day by day. I just took some photographs, if you could. Some photographs because I felt this is about rice bucket challenge of Manjulata that we reported in Hindu. Yeah, these are the destitutes. And the number is going up. I consulted some of the NGOs, local NGOs, and they said it is beyond their capacity to handle not even 1% of the problem that's happening in the region. So I felt it's a right platform to bring this issue to your notice, so that I think there is time, in 2 to 3 years, you can see the real problem coming up, and it will hit the state, national, and international headlines.
Yes, sir. One question.
Why media highlights the thing which gives them a huge TRP instead of highlighting the thing which should get highlighted to promote social causes?
As you know, most of the media houses are run by businesses.
Yes.
It's business, end of the day, for some of the media houses. Not all media houses do this. Some of them do.
So what is what should be the
solution? Is we are coming up with you start a media house.
I'm doing mass communication. I'll be doing.
No, you in the sense, people, the conscientious individuals should come up and start something on their own.
But I'm asking about the present scenario.
The present day scenario, it's like this. The world is like this. Somebody should change it. And there are some changes coming in.
So I think what Apaji is trying to tell you, my friend, is that he's doing what he can. He has no control. His circle of influence is to stick to the truth and report the truth. And that's what he's doing. I think we require more journalists like him, right? It's not about having more media owners. It's about having more journalists like Apaji who stand for the right and speak out. That's what is important. And at the same time, I told you, we have idishum.com. It's the age of social media. You don't need to rely on traditional media anymore.
Straight to your job, because what you're doing.
No, never. In fact, when I was in Economic Times, I should tell you just 10 seconds it takes. I got an opportunity to go to US on a fellowship that is based on my journalistic career and all. They asked me to either choose that or this. I said it is very important for the career. It also helps the newspaper. They said you have to make a choice. I have chosen to take the fellowship, which is about 1.5 months. I went to US, came back, and before going to US, I got placement in CNBC. So first of all, I was never scared of losing a job, because I know that I can do anything, anywhere. I can be employable. I have that confidence any day.
Yes, Amit, you want to come up? Yeah.
Namaste. I've been really inspired, and yeah, as Jerry mentioned, power of one, and in our own small ways we can access that power. So yesterday, after all this inspiration, 2 lines came to me which I would like to share. कि जब रास्तों की बात आई, तो मेरा मुश्किलों पे ध्यान था. जब रास्तों की बात आई, तो मेरा मुश्किलों पे ध्यान था. कहते हैं आसानियाँ सफ़र का लुत्फ़ छीन लेती हैं. So this is what my tribute to everybody here. And second, I would like to share an emotion, a question which has stayed with me. And it came to me when I was in first year or second year college, and I didn't chase the question. I started chasing some cars or some material stuff, unfortunately. So I am kind of rekindling that, and it's in Hindi, and I would personally explain it to whoever doesn't understand Hindi later. So it goes like this. गंग अंक में पला हिमराज भाल पे चढ़ा, यमदंड के समक्ष भी रार डाली थी तूने, क्या हार मान ली तूने. गंग अंक में पला हिमराज भाल पे चढ़ा, यमदंड के समक्ष भी रार डाली थी तूने, क्या हार मान ली तूने. न आंधियां हिला सकी न वज्र ने खरोंच दी, मृत्यु मुख से जीवन की कौर तूने छीन ली. भगीरथी संकल्पों से इतिहास सारा है पटा, प्राण कर दिए आहुति रण से तू ना हटा. रणछोर की उपमा भला कैसे मान ली तूने, क्या हार मान ली तूने. तू ही था जो लड़ गया बिना कटार के समर, स्वतंत्र तू सदा रहा जहां रहा भूमि पर. गांधी जी started the movement way back in Africa, in the Tolstoy form, if you remember. तू ही था जो लड़ गया बिना कटार के समर, स्वतंत्र तू सदा रहा जहां रहा भूमि पर, वस्त्र त्याग कर तूने नंगेपन को ढक दिया, न भूलेगा समय कभी है तूने जो सबक दिया. Gandhi ji was half naked most of the time, but we don't see that. And if a girl is wearing some kind of costume by her choice, the entire society tends to see that. I mean, it's a hypocrisy. It's a huge hypocrisy that we endorse. तू ही था जो लड़ गया बिना कटार के समर, स्वतंत्र तू सदा रहा जहां रहा भूमि पर, वस्त्र त्याग कर तूने नंगेपन को ढक दिया, न भूलेगा समय कभी है तूने जो सबक दिया. कहाँ गए सबक तेरे, क्या बात तेरी हो गई, नगाड़े की आवाज तूतियों में कैसे खो गई. He used to be the world leader, our country, this place, and somehow we started following, aping somebody else, some other nations. नगाड़े की आवाज तूतियों में कैसे खो गई, गूंगेपन की आदत क्या गांठ बांध ली तूने, क्या हार मान ली तूने. So I was asking this myself, and we have educationists in the room. A lot of students are asking these kind of questions. I would urge them, request them that, reach out to them if they're asking those questions. Apart from giving them a platform to get ready for a career, give them a platform to get ready for themselves. So that's what my request. I just want to share that question.
Thank you. So do you want to just sum up in English the entire poem? What is the spirit of it?
So the spirit is basically, when I looked around, and as anybody else, the news would affect me. I would try to deny it. I would try to brush it inside the carpet. Would say that, okay, it's not for me. I have to focus on the studies, the next class, the assignment, viva, those things. So it was. So this churning was going on, and I was asking myself whether I have accepted this defeat from myself. I'm not taking any stand. I'm not reacting. I was above 18. I was about to, I think in those days it was still, you can vote only after 21 years. So I was about to vote in a few years. So I was thinking at the same time, not accepting it. The goodness, the greatness that was there, I was seeing it, not accepting it. Something in me was trivializing everything. Probably the conditioning which we had, which I had through the schooling, it's always engineering, medicine, it's always, getting a home, a car, that's where it ends. And of course, the whole hypocrisy around sexuality, the whole hypocrisy around that a boy and a girl cannot be just friends, cannot freely share ideas. I remember one funny incident. I called a colleague. We just wanted to meet, just like that as friends. And I was not aware of that, this place in Delhi, Kalindi Kunj, is very notorious. A lot of shady stuff goes on there. And I invited her to that place, and she got really furious that why did I do so. I was inviting her to Kalindi Kunj because I thought it's a park, it's a nice park. I had been there when I was a young, child. I thought it's a nice place to meet, and it is sort of, central from where we two were traveling. So, but then I didn't realize. So all these, hypocrisy which was surrounding, all these conditioning which was surrounding, it kind of, triggered that question. And I shared this poem in one of the competitions, and the professor, instead of asking me like you were asking me, what is the spirit, he asked me, did you write it yourself? And I literally abused him, and I ran out, and after that for 18 or 20 years, I never shared any poem with anybody. And then I decided, then I was kind of doing the same mistake, not listening to myself. I mean, I reacted so strongly. Then it took me 2 decades to come back.
Mr. Girish Gogia. Please put your hands together for Mr. Girish Gogia, please. A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone can hear me clearly right in the end? Yes. Fantastic. I first of all would like to thank the entire team of iCONGO and Rex, Jerry's, Mr. Sanjeev Dutta, and all the team members for putting up a great show. And I must say that I've had an amazing time since the last 2 days, and I've met a lot of amazing people here. कौन कहता है कि अंग्रेज भारत से कोहिनूर हीरा ले गए? जब पिछले 2 दिन से मैं जब आप सबसे मिलने का सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ, और when I heard everything that all you guys do, तो मुझे लगता है कि असली कोहिनूर तो यहाँ बैठे हैं। वो तो सिर्फ एक पत्थर का टुकड़ा ले गए। आप सब तो वाकई में भारत देश को बदल रहे हैं और बदलते रहेंगे, और मुझे उम्मीद है ये देश बदलेगा और एक दिन गर्व से ये देश ऊंचा खड़ा होगा। आप सब लोगों की मेहनत की वजह से ऊंचा खड़ा होकर के ये देश कहेगा, हम जहां खड़े हो जाते हैं लाइन वहीं से शुरू होती है। राइट? Very quickly, since I don't have much of time, a very interesting story that मेरी अपनी जिंदगी की कहानी. Why am I a motivational speaker? Why am I doing this, and what happened exactly? I was a civil engineer and an interior designer. Around 15 years back, met with an accident. I used to be an ocean diver. I was in Goa when I met, I was into cliff diving. I dived into shallow waters and injured my spinal cord, because of which I was instantly paralyzed, neck downwards completely, and since 15 long years I'm completely dependent on a caretaker round the clock. I can't even drink a drop of water on my own, nor can I eat a morsel on my own. How is it? But you see, the first few weeks after meeting with this injury, I was completely devastated and simply could not see any way out of this crisis. Doctors had given up. There was no cure for a spinal cord injury-related paralysis anywhere in the world. When I got to know this news, I simply couldn't believe it, and I simply could not see any way forward. The first 4 weeks were miserable. I had made life miserable for myself as well as my entire family. But then, cutting the long story short, I knew one thing for sure, right from childhood, that the human spirit is far, far more stronger than anything that can happen to it. I always knew that each and every human being has infinite potential. I always knew the magic of positive attitude and a positive thought process. I was a very, very ambitious man, a jet-setting traveler. I had traveled more than 40 countries by the age of 29 before my accident. I was also into the business of timber imports into India, where I was stationed in West Africa, traveling between 20 countries in West Africa. And I had seen a lot, I had observed a lot, I had learned a lot in life, and I had completely understood that we human beings are born to win. All we need to do is, we just need to set our DNA on fire. I knew that each and every human being has got 60 trillion cells in them, and every cell has got tremendous amount of cellular intelligence. Every cell has got tremendous amount of power. We human beings have 100 billion neurons in our brain, and every neuron has got tremendous amount of power and potential in it. I always knew that we can do a lot more than what we have been doing. There is tremendous amount of power and potential beyond our own imagination. I gathered my courage. 4 weeks after my accident, I quickly bounced back and I started my business once again. 11 years, I continued to do my interior designing business. I went through tremendous amount of adversities and challenges and trying times. Till date, to survive each day, I go through a lot of challenges. You can imagine, जिस इंसान के चारों हाथ पैर नहीं काम करते, my bladder does not function, my bowel does not function, my respiratory system is just about 50%, and I don't have sensation in 90% of my body. But how does it matter? How does it matter if I have paralysis neck downwards? Ladies and gentlemen, what really matters in life is your neck upwards, correct, rational and positive analysis in life. Exactly 4 years back, I realized that I must share my life experiences with millions of people around the world to let them know that they are a superhuman inside of them, because I had experienced that within me. It was time I let them know that they don't need to give up in life.
They need to have a I can do philosophy in life. Just a minute more, please, Jerry. That would be so kind of you. And finally, 4 years back, I started a global mission, which I call Positive Earth. I converted myself into a motivational speaker. I literally shut down my timbering import business and my interior designing business and decided to dedicate the rest of my life towards motivating people to let them know that they don't need to give up in life. आपके अंदर इतनी हिम्मत है जिसका आपको खुद को अंदाजा नहीं. बस you just have to dive deep into the oceans of positivity and oceans of abilities and oceans of talents right inside of you. All that lies ahead and all that lies behind you is nothing compared to what lies inside of you. So since 4 years, with the help of all kinds of social media platforms, I've been reaching out to people all over the world. I have been doing a lot of online sessions for the education institutions as well as corporates and a lot of NGOs all over the world. I conduct online motivation sessions. I physically also go to a lot of places to conduct motivating sessions. And this is what my life journey is all about. A small little activity that I would like to do with all of you. Could you kindly all stand up wherever you are, please? Could you raise your hands up, please, and just repeat after me whatever I say, but do it from the bottom of your heart and speak as loudly as you can कि ये आवाज पूरी दिल्ली में गूंजे और पूरी दिल्ली सुने. I am a happy soul. और जोर से. I am a positive soul. I am the creator of my own destiny. I am the master of my own life. I am full of determination and willpower. I am the I am that I am. चाहे आंधी आए या तूफान, हम खड़े हैं सीना तान. मिटना हमें आता नहीं, झुकना हमने सीखा नहीं. जीत हमारी आदत है, जीत हमारी शान है. Thank you so much and God bless all of you.
I'll call upon my friend Jatin Kataria. Jatin, to come up and get his 3 minutes on the open mic.
Yeah, myself, Jatin Kataria. We are based in Gujarat. Basically, I'm a serial and social entrepreneur. So what we do is we deal with a lot of stuff. So I'll give one line introduction. I will not go in deep. We have our group has 6 different verticals into different kind of categories, and apart from that, we have 5. Hold the mic. Okay. And 5 other ventures. So basically, बोल सकते हो कि 11 verticals हम लोग काम करते हैं. So we group is 6 different verticals. 2 is into dealing with the corporate people. Strategic business development consulting, where we outsource the business development area of the company fully or partially. That's one. Second, we group deals with the strategy management and business consulting. तो ये 2 चीजें हैं जो corporates globally कैटर करने का ट्राई करता है. बाकी 2 चीजें it deals with the training. We have a company called We Transform. It deals with the training and workshops. So motivational, managerial, soft skill, life skill, and technical skill, और कुछ specialized training programs जैसे design thinking, system thinking, creativity, entrepreneurship, innovation, ये सब चीज़ पे हम लोग training करते हैं. Fourth is we specially design a vertical for entrepreneurship, empowerment and mentoring, where we deal with these startups. We consult them from ideation to convert into profitable business. So like we work on think before you think, then ideation, then modeling, then execution, and then pilot project. Then again the execution part comes, and then scale up and branding, and then we try to make a self-sustainable organization. So that's the 4th one. 5th one is we deal with the rural area. So our vertical is we our rural world. So currently we are working in 2 villages. We get funding from California, and we are execution and monitoring agency for them. So we work on health, education, water and sanitation right now. But holistic plan is to develop the village and overall process of going. And next one is we citizen leadership, where we bring a lot of opportunities on a local level, and we give platform to local talents on a national and global scale. In last 2 years, we organized 17 conferences locally, all for free. In local region, 3,500 plus people attended. It's very common to do events in metros and all, but Rajkot is a city based in the western part of Gujarat. The culture is different. I say my city is a country other than India. तो उनका culture, उनका process, वहाँ पे काम करने का तरीका इंडिया से बिल्कुल अलग है. Okay, so last 15 seconds. Other 5 ventures, just नाम बोलूँगा. We have India-Pakistan Friendship Project called Parinde. Other project is Alumni Achievers, where we highlight the alumni of the forum. So हमारा plan है कि we write articles about the Rex alumni and then we publish on the platform. It is about to launch in next month. We have a peer-to-peer mentorship project which I shared earlier, where people can be mentor and mentee at the same time. The platform is growing right now. 44 countries people are utilizing the platform. And just in the month of May, we are launching co-working space in the city, in the midway, for these startups specifically. And the plan is to establish an incubation center next year, and on which we are working since last 4 years. So that's all for now. Thank you so much.